Yee-haw, howdy, woo-whippy. Yeah, y'all get the idea. Piggies wore out. Saturday night, water started getting cold. It went out. Sunday, we went to Lowe's, check on getting a new water heater because I figured it was the elements, and I didn't feel like replacing the elements again in that thing. Because I got that thing probably somewhere around 15 years ago out of a guy's back or side yard, laid on its side. Brought it home, got it fixed up, and we got it in. About 15 years ago. Y'all know if it was laid in somebody's back or side yard, it was there for a reason. Well, I got about 15 more years out of it. So it was time. And as y'all can see from the video, it was time. We went to drain it. We had to take the spout off the bottom in order for it to drain, and then we had to take a screwdriver and poke a hole in it. Then stuck a screwdriver in it a second time to poke more of a hole in it for it to drain good. That's how much limescale was built up in that thing. It wouldn't drain. So we was going to have it delivered Thursday. Well, called the folks to see if maybe he'd feel like later this week when it got here putting it in. He's like, well, why don't we just take the truck down there and get it today? Go ahead and get it in there. All right, I'm cool with that. So we went and we got it.
That was Sunday afternoon after we bought it Sunday morning.
We bought it Sunday morning. We got it Saturday afternoon. Looked around a few things we'd need for it. Got all that. We brought it home. We got the old one out. Set the new one in place up on the blocks it had. But it's going to be a little tall. It's going to be hard to work on. Some one of the kitties making noise somewhere.
Yeah.
But, so, Monday, we couldn't do much with it Sunday night. And everything. So Monday, Lena and I did our normal morning thing and stopped at Lowe's on the way back to get a couple of things for it, a couple of fittings and stuff. And we also got some 11.7 by 11.7 pavers, 4 of them, put down to set the water heater on. I took one of these rubber pads we got here, set down under that. So it made it lower and gave it a more stable surface to sit on. And then we waited around until he was able to come down here and start working on it. Well, we were working on it a couple of hours, and we got it in. Well, the fittings we got for the hot water side worked well. But the cold water side, he cranked on it, still couldn't get it to stop leaking. So we had to go get a couple more fittings. You know, that good China-made stuff, you know how that goes. So we went and got a couple more fittings, so it worked that time. But it took a while. But before we got done with that first round, we found out we're going to have more fittings. Piggy was done way past what Piggy's endurance is anymore for anything. You know, I have a little sis tells me all the time, don't you overdo it. Well, I was past overdoing it before we got done with that first round. And we went and got more parts. Come back, well, it worked that time. Got the old one out, sat outside the basement. And long story short, we finally got it done. We now have hot water. Piggy is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've finally come to realize that, you know, I am messed up. I can't do a whole lot, but they still don't realize the full extent of what it takes out of the Piggy to do what Piggy does. But Piggy did it. but it had to be done. And on that first part of the video, y'all see something behind the water heater between it and that block wall. That is a 4x4 post. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it almost looks like there's a gas pipe coming up out of the water heater. Well, it's not a vent pipe out of the water heater. It's just a 4x4 post. If we got electric, we don't have gas. So now I'm going to rest a little while. I'm going to break down the box. Tomorrow, I'm going to go down there and get the cardboard that the water heater came in, break it down and throw away. I might go get it today because trash goes out tomorrow and I'd like to see it gone. Clean up some of the metal. I might just throw all that metal stuff away too, because trying to find somebody that scraps anymore that's willing to come out and pick it up, it's kind of hard. It's almost like they want you to bring it to them. About almost pay them for taking it from you. Well, if I'm going to have to do that, I'll gather what will fit in the trunk of the car and take it down to a metal scrapping place down where I go anyway and just take it off myself. Now, I think that may be what I'm going to do in order to get rid of some stuff.
You're wet.
I'll have to cut it all up, some of it. You know what? I can do that. Just throw it in the back of the trunk, take it down there, and get rid of it myself. Instead of having the hassle of trying to get somebody who wants to make money off of it to come out here to get it. But I reckon that's it, folks. Piggy's going to rest a bit and do a little box breaking down and fiddle around a couple of other things, get some trash out of here, and relax otherwise. Y'all have a good one. All right, folks, this is going to be the new water heater. It ain't hooked up yet, but there it is. Brand new. Got some new fittings and stuff to go on there to redo that. Had to buy one of them pressure regulator valves for it too, because the old one was leaking and rusty. And folks, let me tell you, them things are expensive. That was $150 right there by itself. And over here, that's the old pressure regulator valve. And y'all can see. And those were the fittings and stuff that came off of it. So, as y'all can see, that was in dire need of replacement. Now, there's the old water heater. Can y'all say old and rusted? I'll show you the inside of it. That's upside down, by the way. But yeah, I'd show you the inside of it, but can't get down in there unless I take it apart. And don't know if I feel like messing with that. But y'all should be able to see it was well past time. And those are even newer elements that are in there. They had to have busted. They blew a fuse. So, that's the water heater, folks. I'll show more once we get it running.